Welcome everyone, this is Zozo Stockwatch, and this is your Stockwatch list for Tuesday, August 22nd. Let's go ahead and take a look at the overnight futures. It's about 7:30 my time. The Dow futures are up 12, the S&P futures are up 1, and the NASDAQ futures are up about 4. I would say it was the day that the bulls held serve. The bears could not break us down through the 100 SMA on the SPY chart. So we'll go ahead and take a look at that in a moment. Let's go ahead and get ready a little bit for tomorrow and look and see who's reporting and what's going on for tomorrow economically. For August 22nd, before the bell, we have AMWD, CMCM, COTY, JASO will be reporting, JASO, MBT, MDT, MOMO, MOMO, NM, Toll Brothers, TOL, and USAT, some of the names that'll be reporting. After the bell, we have ARAY, BORN, CREE, CREE, Salesforce, CRM, INTU, LZB, MSON, VNET, and ZTO will be reporting after the bell Tuesday, August 22nd. As far as economic information for tomorrow, we have the Red Book, we have the FHFA House Price Index, and that's at 9 o'clock. 10 o'clock we have the Richmond Fed Manufacturing Index. 4:30 we have the API crude oil data coming out, and that will affect oil, USO. Keep an eye on that. And then tomorrow night, 8:30 Eastern Time, we have the Japanese PMI Manufacturing Index flash coming out. For your conference calls for tomorrow in the 8 o'clock hour, you have Medtronics, MDT, MOMO, MOMO will be in the 8 o'clock hour, COTY, JASO, NDSN will be at 8:30, DSW, NM, Navajos Marine Time, and USAT also at 8:30. 9 o'clock you have HEI, GZT at 10 o'clock, SAEX at 10 o'clock. Some other names coming out at 11 o'clock will be Toll Brothers, TOL, AMWD, DAKT. In the afternoon session, we have Intuit, and they'll be having a conference call at 4:30, MSON at 4:30, ARAY at 4:30, CREE at 5 o'clock, and Salesforce also having their conference call at 5 o'clock on Tuesday evening. And this is brought to us by Earnings Cast, and those are a list of your conference calls for tomorrow. For our options activity brought to us by Trade Exchange, some call activity in GMLP, HMY, KKR, MIK, Micron MU, PDCO, SNAP SNAP, TLRD, and TRIP TRIP. Unusual call activity in those names. For unusual put activity, we had DKS, FINL, GE, IP, and LXRX, and that's some of your unusual call activity and put activity for Monday. Some of your top gainers today for the trading day: ARCI, CHRS, WUBA, CCIH, SHIP, SHIP, JRJC, HLF, CYH, SCMP, CENX, INSG, ICON. That was some of your top gainers. Some of your top losers for the day were CRME, FRAN, FRAN, DGLY, FINL, JKS, CSIQ, VHC, Footlocker, FL, MTP, JMEI, EXPR, and VIPS, VIPS. Some of your top losers for the day. Some news that came out after the bell: KTOS, Advanced Medium Range Ballistic Missile Target, supports successful test of Advanced Missile Defense Radar. That's on KTOS. Some other news that came out: we had PINC earnings per share miss, revenue beat. KURA 13G filed by Great Point Partners, 5.92% stake. PFMT 13G filed, ECMC Group 7.1% stake. CATM announces leadership transition. We did have earnings out from ZAYO. IDTI, Integrated Device Technology, appoints Ken Kennepan as chairman and the board of on the board of directors. INPX, earnings per share and revenue miss. Mercy, MRCY, Mercy Systems receives $8.5 million order from the U.S. Navy for DRFM jammers. Tyson Foods announces pricing of senior note offering. Some other news that came out after the bell, we had RT, earnings per share and revenue miss. FN, earnings per share and revenue beat. RT, same-store sales were down 1.6%. KODK, Form 4, CFO purchased over 1,000 shares. Another Form 4 by the CEO over 1,500 shares. LSI, Form 4, CFO purchased 1,500 shares on LSI. We had NDSN come out with earnings per share and revenue beat. Trox, TROX, Form 4, CFO purchased 25,000 shares. CBH, Form 4, directed over 4,000 shares on CBH. Oh, excuse me, sorry about that. SBH, this should read SBH, Form 4, director purchased over 4,000 shares at 1805. That's SBH. LSI, Form 4, CIO purchased 700 at 7157. Flow, FLO, filed Form S3 mixed shelf offering, and that's on FLO. Other news that came out, Tier filed Form S1 up to 15 million of Class A units consisting of common stock and warrants. And the ADP CEO was on Kramer Show this evening. BZUN beats by 1 cent and beat on revenue. That was on BZUN. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of the markets before we get into the watch list. Like I said, the bulls came in and they held serve here around this 100 SMA. We got as low on the SPY as 241.83, and the 100 SMA on the SPY is 241.58. We spoke about this in Sunday's video. So we came down and we see this hammer candle now. Now let's see if we can get the confirmation and take out the highs on the SPY tomorrow, 243.20. So that'll be an indication if the bulls are gonna take the ball back in their court. And so watch that 243.20 on the SPY. And then the number to get back up over is this 244, 243.75 spot, and to get back over the 5 EMA, which is the dotted line. You see the white dotted line right here. Let's see if the bulls can retake that and hold back above the 5 EMA. Bears basically want to try to break down and get below the lows today, 241.83, and then they want to try to break down and get below the 100 SMA, 241.58. And then maybe we'll get a retest. If they break that down, we may get a retest of this 240 spot on the SPY. But so far, bulls came in and they held serve. Let's see, we'll take a look at some other things before we move on to stocks to watch. Gold still having problems with that 123 spot. Keeps being deflected away from it. But if they can get, the gold bulls can get over that 123, 123.25 spot, gold may have a continuation move. Silver didn't do so much today, so not really going to talk about that. QQQ, well, we came down, we made a hammer candle at around that 140 mark, 140.18. Now bulls' next objective is to get it back over the 50 SMA, this 142 spot also, and the 5 EMA, the white dotted line there for the Qs. IBB, well, the bulls came in and defended this 100 SMA. We did it here, okay, right on that line right there, and we're doing it again. And so today's lows were 302.57, so watch that 302.57, and let's see if they can take out the 305.82 for tomorrow for the highs and maybe make a continuation move on the IBB. XBI, also, trying to get back over, we'd want to get back over that 76, 76.50 spot. So far, they're holding this, we'll call it 74, just the round number there at 74, 74.30 in that area. So the XBI trying to hold this 74 spot. Next up, we'll take a look at LABU, which is LabU, and you can see here this is holding this is the 3 times bull market for the biotechs, and we held the 100 SMA here, we're holding it here, and we held it today. So that 55 spot is pretty important on LABU, and we're going to see if they want to turn it up and go on this 5 EMA on LabU. Some other indices we'll look at. IWM. You see that the bulls came in and defended our 134 spot, so that makes this 134 even more important now. So IWM, Russell 2000, keep your eye on this 134. If that breaks, then we could, head down to maybe 132 area. If the bulls do defend, they need to get back up over 136 and the 5 EMA on the daily chart. Next up, IWC. And pretty much same story. This is the micro caps. We came in, we held this 84 spot on IWC. Now we need some continuation by the bulls, and you see this 84, 83.50 area is pretty important on the IWC. USO and oil WTI had a down day. It was down almost 3% on the USO. XOIL, light sweet crude, was down close to over 2%, and we had that nice candle on Friday, and then we gave most of it back. We still are holding up above the 50 SMA on WTI, but unable to penetrate through the 49, and then the next spot would be 50 on oil, the big number. Don't forget the API numbers are out tomorrow at 4:30, and we'll see if we have a drawdown or a build for oil. USO, like we said on the WTI, that's holding above the 50 SMA. And we couldn't get back above this $10 level after that nice candle. We pushed back off, and now oil bulls are going to have to try to defend this 50 SMA. If that breaks, we could possibly retest the 925 spot for oil stocks. And the OIH, which is made up of Schlumberger, Rig, and whatnot, down again today, and you see how many days this has been down, and we are basically just riding the 5 EMA down on OIH. Here's some charts. SLB, you see the weakness there. Halliburton, Rig, also all looking very weak. As far as the VIX itself, we'll just take a quick look at that, and we'll look at it on the weekly chart to find that always easier. It's a little less busy. So the 16, the bulls, the bears can't bust this up through the 16 thus far, and so we headed back down, and then we'll see what they want to do tomorrow. But the volatility has cooled off a bit, being able to break out above that 16 level on the VIX. So you see, we tried here, and we failed again. So we'll see if we're going to get volatility again. Quick look at some, the bigger names. Apple pulling back to the 20 SMA, holding here around that 156, 155, 50 spot. Let's see if they can continue this up through 158 tomorrow. Next one up is Amazon. And that's came down to 945.46. So we'll see if we can hold that for tomorrow, and then maybe turn back up and get over 960 area on Amazon. That was put us back above the 5. Now that might not happen tomorrow, but soon I think the bulls want to start turning this chart back up. Next one is Google. Just take a quick look at the Goog. You see it's held these lows here, and that's about that 905 area for Google. But if they don't turn this chart up soon, that looks towards the weak side for Google. And Amazon also, if they can't get that stock back above the 100 SMA, you would think we're going to retest this 150 SMA, the orange dotted line here. So let's see, last one was Google and Facebook. We'll take a quick look at Facebook. We held this 166 spot. You had the gap out here, and we held this gap area 166. So you see how important this 166 spot is right now for Facebook, and let's see if they can turn that one back up. Netflix, held serve here, held 50 SMA. Now we're back above it, so that's bullish for the Netflix. But then again, we tried to get back over the 5 EMA, and they sold it right off. So still kind of in limbo here, but above the 50 SMA. This one would have to get back over the highs today. 160, we'll call it 169. So we need to get back over 169, 169.50, and then that 170 break for Netflix. It's come down from 190. So we might see a continuation rally in Netflix. PCLN price line. This one's trying to hold the 150 SMA on price line. And I always like to look at Expedia, the poor man's price line. And this one is trying to hold the 100 SMA. It held it here and here. So that's a few of the stocks. Let me see if there's any that I missed. I mean, BABA is just a monster, and looks like it's going to continue up. So that's BABA. And then WUBA, another China name, had earnings this morning, and that popped nicely, nice and big this morning. And I think some stocks that got hit, Nike took a tumble, and what was it, FL, that continued down. Foot Locker, UA, that was also weak again on UA. So that's some of the other names. TAN, the solar ETF, that was down today on the day of the eclipse, and some names that make that up: First Solar, CSIQ, they all took a hit. SPWR, so all those took a hit today on the day of the eclipse. So that's pretty amazing. So let's go ahead, we'll get right into the watch list, and so we'll go ahead and take a look at the watch list here, and the first one up is AA Alcoa, and I'm going to give you quite a mixture tonight. So we have Alcoa, and that stock is holding above the fast moving averages, so you can see the wedge here, or the flag if you like to call it, or the pennant. So if that can get back over $39 on AA, you might get a continuation move on the name, so that might happen in the next couple of days. So nice tight consolidation here above the moving averages, and the 50 is turning up. So that's Alcoa. ADMP, you can see if we draw a line right here, we kind of have that wedge. Watching this $5 spot on ADMP. Let me open this up. ADMP, so you can see that. And so watch this $5 break. This is the one that's making the EpiPen. So keep your eye on that. AJRD. This is a defense name. And I'll extend my line. We've talked about this one in previous videos. So this one's breaking out over that resistance spot. So let's see if we get a continuation move in this name. The high today on the name was 27.71. So 27.75. This one might move. Aerospace and defense. CCIH. This one is an under $1 name. So you see the difference in prices, and I know some people like to play under $1 names, so I like to appease everybody on the videos. So here's CCIH, turning the corner here. The high today on the name was 95 cents. So watch that 95 break, or wait for the dollar break on CCIH. CEI, another small priced stock, low price stock, but look at this huge volume, almost 12 million shares, under 25 cents, and we'll see if there's any kind of setup in this one for CEI. It's in the oil and gas and drilling. This could have been a pump, but we'll see. It doesn't hurt to have it on a chart. CENX, looking for a continuation with Alcoa. We have a high of 1624, 1625, 1627. Might be enough to get this CENX continuing up. We had the gap up here. We're holding above 1550. We're above the 50 moving average, so that one looks interesting. CNP, you're going to say, wow, you know, utility stock, right? But some people like to play some smaller, what do you call it, safer plays. So we're looking for this 2950 to get taken out. And there's also chatter around this name, CNP. So keep your eye on this one. It's holding above the fast moving averages on center point. And we'll see if we can get some kind of continuation move. Might be a nice one for your IRA. Duke, another utility name, you know, holding just below resistance here at that 87 spot, holding above the fast moving averages. Now, if the market keeps moving down, folks will look for flights to safety and looking for yield. And so the utilities could come back into play. DXTR, after going over a utility, now we go into a less than $1 name, 31 cents, but big pop, over 6 million shares traded. The high today on this name was 33 cents. So we're looking for maybe that 35-cent break on DXTR for a possible continuation move. Reminder though, it is under $1. Con Edison, you know, looking for that 84 break if you like to, you know, want to get some of these utilities for safety for your portfolio. EPZM, looking for this one to take out the 100 SMA. We have a high of 1465, so looking for this one to take out 1465. EXAS, we spoke about this one in yesterday's video. It's holding above the 50 SMA, starting to turn back up. A lot of nice consolidation here. And the high today was 38.80, over 38.85. Maybe we get a continuation move in EXAS. Small one here that popped, FALC. Looks like it popped over 21 million shares, almost 22 million shares. So FALC, under $1 name, might be interesting. FCX, copper was up again. JJC is the ETF for copper. So that popped, but I don't like this candle too much on copper. That kind of reminds me of, you know, when the Dow and whatnot reverse. So we have this pop up through the Bollinger Band, and so now we might get that reversal down. So we'll see what that wants to do. But FCX might get some continuation move in FCX. Let me take these Bollinger Bands off. So you see the setup here, trying to get up over that you know, 1480 spot, and then maybe a continuation through 15 on FCX. Grub, we spoke about this one in yesterday's video. Still looking for that move above the what is it, the 5 EMA here. We have a high of 54.57, so over 54.60ish. Maybe this starts to continue back up. Groupon, I was watching this one today, but it just couldn't get, you know, moving. I think it has to break over and hold over 4. It had the high today of 402 on Groupon, so that's an extra for the watch list. HMNY, you know, don't really like this chart. So, you know, needs to get over the 200 SMA and 325. That's all I'll say on that one. HPJ, nice candle here today. Expanding volume, trying to get back over $4.90 and $5. So keep your eye on this HPJ. Might give us a continuation move. IDXG, nice pop, pulls back to the 5 EMA, holds the 5 EMA. We have a high of 135. 137 might be enough to get this one going. Watch it early. Over 3 million shares traded in IDXG. Next one up, iPhone, IFON, once again under $1 name. 2 million shares came in. Not a favorite though, because we're below the 50 SMA. But if it can get up over that, you might get a move in it. So not a favorite. KGJI, this one is above the 50 SMA, the yellow line you see here. But you see it pops, pulls back. So this one would have to take out 175. to get interesting, and then you'd have to watch this 180 area also. So not a favorite, but just showing you that it is back above the 50 SMA on KGJI, so it might just need to consolidate a little bit, and then maybe it might turn the corner. LLY, we had this pullback. We're holding above the 13 EMA, looking for that 36.75 break. We got as high as 35.92. If you want to wait for the $36 break, that could be possible also. So, 36, we'll call it 35.85 if you're interested in playing LL Lumber Liquidators. Next one is Lulu, and this one is starting to get liked by Wall Street. A lot of CNBC talk about it today. The Nigerians were talking about it, so watch it back over $60 a share. As you know, I showed you Nike, UA, all getting hit, but LU, they like their stuff. So, keep your eye on that $60 break. 4 million shares came in on Lulu today. MEET, trying to turn back up the corner here, holding this 350 spot. So possible, swing trade in this name. And if it can take out these highs, 364, 365, possible continuation move. We just have to watch this 375 natural resistance number. Monster, spoke about this one yesterday in the video, and it got it back above that 54 spot. In this one, let's see if I can get a continuation move, and if it can take out a 54.52 for tomorrow for the continuation move. MRCY, this is the one that got that contract after hours today. Not 45.99 is where it closed, and it kind of stayed there after that announcement. Computer systems. Let's see if this one could take out 46.25 on MRCY. It's holding above the 20, trying to get back above the 5 EMA. OHRP, seeing a lot of social media on this one. Under $1 name, needs to take out 70 cents, and there's really no moving averages in the way for a while on OHRP. So if you like to play those under $1 names. PSDV, above $1, but still a low price stock. Still below, the 20 SMA, but maybe 120 might set this one, free and moving up. The volume still a little bit light though, so not a favorite, but PSDV did come up on one of my scans, so sharing it with you. RDFN, I traded this one today over 27.50, and it went as high as 28.54. I think I got 70 cents on this, so that was one of my best trades today. So we'll see what this one wants to do. Set up intraday. I think they had some kind of news after bell. I see a little bit of a pop here. I'm not sure if that's real or not. So, and I haven't checked the later news. Some bottom bouncers maybe. Here's Restoration Hardware. I mean, this thing has just been down from 80 to 48. And you see the amount of days down, riding that 5 EMA. If you can get back over maybe, the highs today at some point, we'll call it like around 11 o'clock or so, and get back over $50 a share on RH, maybe it turns around. But, a lot of charts out there that look like this that are just not, bouncing, but maybe this one will turn the corner. SCMP, nice pop. See if there's any kind of, red to green setup tomorrow. On this name, 1.8 million shares, SCMP. TJX, you can draw the lines here, and you see we're in this kind of like, wedge or consolidation flag. So this one trying to get over maybe that 71.55 spot. Could get interesting on TJX. So keep your eye on that one. Twitter, the Nigerians were talking about this one on CNBC, 12 million shares. Trying to get back above the 13 EMA. Chatter still around the name, 16.25. If you can get over that 16.25, maybe it starts to come out of this consolidation. Zillow or ZG, either one you like better. Both pretty much the same setup, just getting crushed. So on this, we're down from about 50 bucks, $51 down to 38 and change. Trying to hold this 300 SMA. Not many people use the 300 SMA, so but trying to hold this 38 area. If this can maybe turn the corner sometime later in the morning on Zillow or ZG, you might get a bottom bounce in this name. You see how many days down in a row we've been on ZG. So that's pretty much it. That's all I have for my watch list. The market is a little bit tricky. You have to be patient. You cannot trade very hard. I have not taken like, or right out of the gate trade. You usually have to wait till about quarter to 10, 9:45, 10 o'clock. Let things settle down a little bit. It's better to, miss some of the craziness in the morning right now, and then you get like something like an RDFN that sets up, and you take your play. And like I said, I got 70 cents on this trade, so that was good. So patience right now, and you can't play that big. Maybe tomorrow more volume will come in. What was the volume on the SPY today? 65 million. That's not too bad for a Monday. So we'll see what tomorrow brings, but play small, don't overtrade. If you're swing trading, have your stops in place for your swings. Right now I'm just in this MNST. That's my only swing trade right now. The rest I'm just kind of like day trading. And when things improve, if the SPY gets back over the 50 SMA, then I might start, swing trading again, or the news, something good, some good news comes out of Washington or something. So we'll see. All right. So thank you very much for listening. Please hit the subscribe button if you like these videos. Help support the channel. Retweet these videos. I know there are a lot of information in these videos, so, listen to them in parts. You don't have to listen to them all at once. But I think I give a lot of good information for you. Have a great evening, everybody. I'll be back with another stocks to watch list and market report for tomorrow. That'll be Tuesday. And have a good day trading tomorrow. And you can catch me around Twitter and StockTwits under @Zozo Stockwatch for both. Good evening, all. Have a good evening.